Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between to the Count Crane Show. In this episode, I review Fantastic Four First Steps. I don't think there's another group of superheroes more unlucky in the cinematic field than the Fantastic Four. These guys have had 4 movies, ironic, and none of them have been particularly great. Hell, one of them wasn't even officially released. Seriously, how hard is it to make a good Fantastic Four movie? Apparently very. So does take number 5 finally stick the landing? Yes, it does. This movie is truly fantastic.
Say that again?
And now that we have that joke out of the way, let's talk about the movie, starting with the titular 4. The core of the Fantastic Four is that they're a family of superheroes, and this film nails that aspect. These 4 feel like a real loving family, and the cast all have great chemistry with each other. Some of my favourite parts of this film are when the 4 are just being a family, having dinner together, teasing each other. Sure, they have their arguments, but at the end of it all, they truly care about each other. And the individual members are all handled really well. Pedropascal is perfectly balanced as Reed Richards, both scientific and pragmatic, while still being a loving and caring man, and those 2 aspects conflict with each other. Reed's journey is learning to be a father, which gets complicated when it's revealed that not only is his son Franklin imbued with the power cosmic, but Galactus offers them a deal that if they give him the child, he will spare the Earth. The scenes where Reed and Sue discuss Franklin are some of my favourite parts of the film, especially the argument they have after Reed lists all the benefits of just handing their son over to Galactus. The dialogue about how Reed isn't a dreamer, how he invites the worst possible thing into his head to prevent it from happening, is extremely emotional and delivered with excellence by Pascal. Same goes for the scene where Reed talks to Franklin about how there's something wrong with him and how he doesn't want Frank to be like him. His powers look a bit weird, but I'm not sure how you do stretchy powers in live action without it looking slightly off, so I won't be too harsh there. Also on top form is Vanessa Kirby's Suestorm. The chemistry between her and Reed is magnetic. I love the speech she gives to the angry mob, really showcasing her diplomatic skills. And she just gets some really cool moments, like turning the FF ship invisible to evade the Silversurfer, whilst giving birth in zero gravity, and almost single-handedly pushing Galactus into the portal during the climax. She really is the MVP of this movie. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm was a particular standout for me. I love that he's not depicted as stupid and is the one who decodes the Silversurfer's language, allowing him to reach out to her. His flaming form looks great, and I like the banter he has with Ben and how he teases him without being maliciously cruel.
How about 2 guys, a girl, and the thing that nobody wanted? What the hey, dude?
And speaking of the thing, Eben Moss-Backrack is excellent as Ben Grimm. His design and visual effects are superb, and I love how down-to-earth he is compared to the other 3. The scene where he walks around New York and just talks to the average citizen, even lifting up a car for some school kids, is such a human and charming moment that immediately endears you to the character. Also, he gets to rock a cool beard, and his iconic catchphrase, "It's clobbering time!" is not born out of child abuse from his older brother. Okay, I'll stop dissing Fantastic. I also really liked Herbie, even if he doesn't do much outside of domestic chores. I love how Johnny scratches his head though, that was really cute. One thing I especially enjoyed about this Fantastic Four is the emphasis on them being scientists and explorers first, and superheroes second. First Steps is pretty light on action. In fact, there are only really 2 proper action scenes in the whole film. Instead, most of the runtime is focused on the team using their intelligence and scientific know-how to come up with means of outmaneuvering and outsmarting Galactus. First by teleporting the Earth to another location, and then teleporting Galactus away from the Earth by luring him into a teleporter with Franklin as bait, which makes for a far more engaging and satisfying triumph over the villain than the heroes just punching him into submission. Outside of the 4, Julia Garner's Silversurfer was another highlight for me. She has a great screen presence, she looks fantastic, and she's surprisingly terrifying. That scene where she first arrives on Earth to herald Galactus' arrival gave me chills. Honestly, I was more scared of her than I was Galactus. There's just something about the way she stands on her board, her humanoid appearance, and how fast she is that unsettles me. The chase scene with her is a great action sequence, and again, I love how the team outsmart the Surfer by trapping her in a black hole. But my favourite scene with her is when she's lured into Times Square by Johnny, who plays recordings of all the worlds destroyed by Galactus which she led him to, which causes her great distress, leading to a quiet, tender moment where Johnny asks for help. And even though she flies away, she does return in the final act to push Galactus into the portal. As for Galactus himself, he doesn't get much screen time, but his presence permeates the entire film. There's an apocalyptic sense of dread as he approaches Earth and how the world descends into chaos as the Fantastic Four stuck for a solution. And when he is on screen, he's perfect. He's massive, He's imposing, Ralph Ineson's voice is commanding, and he actually looks like Galactus and not some boring-ass uninspired cloud. Watching him stomp through New York in the climax on the big screen was an incredible experience that perfectly captured the sheer scale and mass of this character. I also really liked Mole Man and how he got to play a role in the climax, with the Four evacuating New York to Subterranea before Galactus arrives. One aspect of this film I absolutely adore is the world. I'm a big fan of retrofuturism, and that aesthetic fits the Fantastic Four like a glove, with the clothes, technology, and the costumes. Oh my god, I love their costumes so much. They're a beautiful balance of practicality while still maintaining that colourful comic book energy. I like how they differ from the rest of the MCU by not just having a shit ton of lines everywhere, and the four on the sole of their boots is such a goofy little detail that I absolutely adore. I love how characterized and alive this world is. New York is an advanced retro-futuristic city, and we constantly see the people on the ground and how they react to events. How they love the Fantastic Four, how they turn against them and descend into rabid panic as it seems the world is doomed, and how the planet comes together to build numerous teleporters across the globe. We feel connected to the people the Four are protecting, which adds to the stakes of the film. I also appreciate the references to various other Fantastic Four villains like Red Ghost, Mad Thinker, the Wizard, Diablo, Puppet Master, even Giganto in a reference to the cover of Fantastic Four issue 1, which was really cool. It gives the world and the Four a sense of history, that the team have had many battles and adventures prior to this story. And on a similar note, I like that this FF has been around for a few years and their origin is conveyed through news footage and interviews on a talk show. It's a unique way of telling and having the origin without making it the entire film. And now, a bunch of random thoughts that I don't know where else to put. The score by Michael Giacchino is, as always, excellent. The Fantastic Four theme especially is one that I cannot stop listening to. It perfectly captures the space-age setting and heroism that the Four embody, and I love the choir. Galactus and the Silversurfer also get an appropriately grandiose and menacing theme. The humor was really good. First Steps is not a comedy film, but I did laugh at a lot of its jokes. My favorite being after defeating a cosmic entity older than the universe, the Fantastic Four face their greatest challenge yet. Baby car seats! Speaking of babies, Reed and Herbie baby-proofing the Baxter building was a fun sequence, and so was the Fantastic Four cartoon after the credits. I love how reminiscent it is of old 60s cartoons. It especially gave me strong Hanna-Barbera vibes, and the theme song for it is so damn catchy. In conclusion, I give Fantastic Four First Steps a 9 out of 10. Great. On to you, folks. What do you think of this movie? Is it fantastic? Is it not? Leave your answers in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the show and want to see more, like, subscribe, share, you know the drill. And tune in next time for whatever out of the hat discussion I have next.